friends, welcome to your channel Base Your BTech. So this is the second video from Engineering Mathematics. Last class we had the discussions about how to take sine and cos ratios for higher angles that are multiples of 90 degree. Which means we had discussions like what is sine 33 pi by 2 or what is cos 100 pi, etc. Here you can see 33 pi by 2 is the multiple of 90 degree. Also 100 pi by 2 is also written like 200 into pi by 2, which again is a multiple of 90 degree. Which means we had axis like this and we looked into the angles which are existing under these lines like 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, also 2 pi. These were the angles which we took in the last class. 0 pi, 0, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 7 pi by 2. It is like 1, 3, 5, 7. So next number will be 9 pi by 2. And all odd pi's comes over here. You remember? Etc. Okay, so we only dealt with problems like sine these angles, cos these angles, etc. and etc. Also we had one storyline like this property belongs to cos and this property belongs to sine, etc. and etc. Okay, so what about the angles which are lying between these angles like 0 and pi by 2? What about the angles between 0 and pi by 2? Or pi by 2 to pi, or pi to 3 pi by 2, or 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Which means your angles like which is coming under first quadrant, also the second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Okay. So first we need to generalize the angles which are coming under this first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Like we can write any angles which are coming in this quadrant. Like if this is theta degree, then you can have like this is positive theta, or 2 pi plus theta, or 4 pi plus theta. Okay. And angles coming over here, we can have it like pi by 2 plus theta, or 5 pi by 2 plus theta, and it goes on if this is theta. And angles in the third quadrant can be written as pi plus theta. If this is your theta value, then this arm represents pi plus theta, or 3 pi plus theta, or 5 pi plus theta, etc. Finally, in the fourth quadrant, angles will be, if this is your theta degree, then you can have like 3 pi by 2 plus theta, 7 pi by 2 plus theta, 11 pi by 2 plus theta, etc. Okay. You can even have like, see, first quadrant angles can also be represented in terms of pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, etc. There you have to go like, if this is your alpha, or this is 90 minus theta. Anyway, if this is the angle alpha measured from your vertical axis, then this arm can also be represented like pi by 2 minus alpha. Why? Because here the angle is measured in a clockwise direction. That is why we are having a negative sign over here. Or 5 pi by 2 minus alpha, because 5 pi by 2 is this axis, and minus, we are putting minus because we are taking alpha in a clockwise direction, or 9 pi by 2 minus alpha, etc. Here in the green letters, in the green equations which I have written here, it is like measuring the angle in an anti-clockwise direction. That is why we are having a positive here. See, this is 0 plus theta, and this is 2 pi plus theta, because theta is measured in a counterclockwise direction. Okay. Also, let us mark the same arm. Okay, with respect to pi, 3 pi and 5 pi, we can have this arm. Like if this is alpha, then take it like pi. See, we are measuring in a clockwise direction, isn't it? So it is pi minus alpha, or 3 pi minus alpha, 5 pi minus alpha, etc. and etc. And here with respect to 3 pi by 2, we are having like 3 pi by 2 minus alpha, this is your alpha, 3 pi by 2 minus alpha, 7 pi by 2 minus alpha, etc. And this is your clockwise direction and this is alpha. Then it is like 0 minus alpha or 2 pi minus alpha, 4 pi minus alpha, etc. So you have to keep in mind that, if it is a clockwise direction, go for a negative or put a negative sign there. And if you are having a counterclockwise direction, please put a positive sign there. Okay. So that's it. Next, I will generalize the expression, like how to find cos 3 pi by 2 plus theta. See, 3 pi by 2 plus theta is the angle which is coming over here. See, 3 pi by 2 plus theta, it is a fourth quadrant thing, isn't it? Also, before that, let me add one more data onto this quadrant representation. That is, I'm going to add one more data. That is, we have studied in lower classes, like in the first quadrant we have sign positive, cos positive. Second quadrant we have sign positive, cos negative. In the third quadrant we have both negative, and the last quadrant, fourth quadrant, we have sign negative and cos positive. Okay. Hope it is clear, not cluttered enough. I hope this is okay for you. Anyway, let us check out how to get the value for cos 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Okay. I am giving your general steps. Okay. That is, first step is check the quadrant. Check for the quadrant, which this angle lies under which quadrant. That is the first rule. Okay. Which means 3 pi by 2 plus theta is lying under fourth quadrant. So our answer is fourth quadrant here. And next step is look for the sign. Look for the sign. Like in the fourth quadrant, what is the sign allotted for cos? Okay, sign for cos is in the fourth quadrant. Cos is having a positive sign. So cos is having a positive sign. Now next rule is check if this angle 3 pi by 2 is an odd multiple of 90 degree or even multiple of 90 degree. Which means, see, 3 pi by 2 is the main thing which is added to your acute angle, isn't it? So 3 pi by 2, here 3 is an odd number attached to pi by 2. So it is coming under this category, odd pi by 2. If it is odd pi by 2, you have to switch it. I mean, if it is a cos coming here, if the question is to find out cos, you have to write it sine. Or if it is sine, you have to switch it to cos. Actually, we are switching the complementary ratios. Okay, sine has complementary ratio as cos and vice versa also. Okay, so complementary ratio of cos is sine and complementary ratio of sine is cos. Why? Because see, what is cos? For which value of cos we have half? It is for 60 degree. For which value of sine we are having half? It is for 30 degree. It is for 30 degree. Which means when we add 60 and 30, it gets complemented. Which means 90 degree. Summation is 90 degree. That is why we are telling cos and sine are complementary ratios. Okay, when angles are added, it becomes 90 degree. That's it. So switching means it is actually cos is switched to sine and sine is switched to cos. And if you are getting, if the number the number accompanied by pi by 2 is an even number, then you have to just copy down the ratio asked. Okay, for in this case it is 3 pi by 2, isn't it? It is 3 pi by 2 and 3 is an odd number. Odd number means you have to switch it, which means the answer is sine. Also just add your acute angle here. Also join this sign. So positive sine theta is your answer. Okay, positive sine theta is your answer. Okay. Now let us have another question. What is cos pi plus theta? Check for the quadrant. where does this pi plus theta angle is lying? Pi plus theta means pi is this axis plus theta is this one. So it is in the third quadrant. And look for the sign. Means cos is having, oh sorry, here I wrote cos is having a negative sign, isn't it? So it is a negative sign coming. And please check the number accompanying pi by 2. Here you can not see pi by 2, but pi can be written as 2 into pi by 2, isn't it? Pi by 2 is now accompanied with an even number. So you have to copy down, which means cos is simply cos itself. So combining negative and cos theta, you can have like cos pi plus theta is negative cos theta. Okay. In your textbooks, you would have seen many formula to be by hearted, like cos pi plus theta is equal to minus cos theta, cos 90 minus theta is sin theta, etc. But this is a simple story behind this. Okay, just you need to have the story known. Okay. Now let us take another example. What is sin pi by 2 plus theta? What is sin pi by 2 plus theta? First rule, check the quadrant. Pi by 2 plus theta is coming in pi by 2 plus theta. Since it is plus, we are having a anti-clockwise move, isn't it? So it is in the second quadrant. Quadrant is second one. Look for the sign. Sign has got a positive there. Positive sign there. And check out the companion for pi by 2. It is 1 pi by 2. So it is an odd number, odd pi by 2. So switch it up. I mean sin to cos theta. Now combine this positive and cos theta. So sin 90 plus theta is positive cos theta. Again another formula which is seen on your textbook, isn't it? Anyway, so that's it with the generalized expression. Now we are getting into a question. I'm giving a question, sin 33 pi by 4. Sin 33 pi by 4, we never know in which quadrant it is going to lie. A technique is there. You just divide 33 by 4. It is approximately equal to 8 point something. Which means it can be written as 33 pi by 4 can be written as 32 pi by 4 plus pi by 4. See why I wrote 32 means 4 8s are 32, isn't it? So 32 pi by 4 plus pi by 4. When another pi by 4 is added, it becomes 33 pi by 4, isn't it? Okay, so sin 33 pi by 4 can be written as 32 pi by 4 plus pi by 4. Now again, what is 32 pi by 4? It is 4 is divisible, isn't it? 32 is divisible by 4, isn't it? So we can write it as 8 pi plus pi by 4. Now check out for the quadrant. Where is this 8 pi coming? It is an even pi, so it is definitely coming under this line, isn't it? We are having 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi is coming under this line. Now it is a positive, so we have to take a anti-clockwise move, isn't it? So it is this value is coming under first quadrant. Please make sure that the angle which we are writing here, when after splitting it up, we should have an acute angle here. Okay, acute angle means less than 90 degree. Okay, so this angle or 33 pi by 4 is coming under first quadrant. So what is our rule? Rule was like we have to check for the quadrant first. Since it is a positive quadrant, I mean the first quadrant. Now please check out the sign for sign. So sign is having a positive there. So positive sign. And now check out the multiple. If it is an odd multiple or an even multiple. See 8 pi can be written as 16 pi by 2, isn't it? 16 divided by 2 is 8. So 8 pi can be written as 16 pi by 2. There you have a companion 16, isn't it? Accompanied pi by 2 has a companion 16, which means a even number. So if it is an even number, just copy it down. I mean the ratio can be copied to here like positive sign. And what about this angle? It is pi by 4. So you can write it as sin 33 pi by 4 is simply sin pi by 4. Okay. And what is sin 45 degree? It is 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 is your answer. Okay. Next question. See, I am reminding you once again, you have to check for the quadrant first. Look for the sign next. Now check for the positive pi by 2 or even pi by 2 or odd pi by 2. If it is even pi by 2, just copy down, or if it is not pi by 2, just switch it. That's it. I'm giving you another question, cos 23 pi by 6. Okay. Again, you have to split it such that you have to finally arrive at such generalized expression like 2 pi plus theta or 4 pi plus theta or pi plus theta, anything. So how to split it up? Like 23 pi by 6 can be splitted to, in what way? What I told is you just divide 23 divided by 6 and you will get like 3 something, isn't it? So you can have like 6 into 3, 18. 18 pi by 6 plus 5 pi by 6. But unfortunately, you can see that 5 pi by 6 is not an acute angle. Why? Because pi by 6 is 30 degree. 30 into 5 is 150, isn't it? So it is coming like 150 degree, which is not an acute angle. So let us have another way. Like lastly, we had 6 into 3, 18. So next case, you just take 6 into 4, 24, which means 24 pi by 6 minus pi by 6. Isn't it? From 24 pi by 6, you are reducing 1 pi by 6. Hence, it becomes 23 pi by 6. Okay. So, I am going to split it like cos 23 pi by 6 can be splitted like 24 pi by 6 minus pi by 6. Okay. I am getting some space here. So, what is 24 by 6? It is 4 pi minus pi by 6. Okay. Now, you follow this rule. What does this rule say? Check for the quadrant. Where is this 4 pi minus pi by 6 lying? 4 pi is here. Minus means we have to take a clockwise direction. Here you have your 4 pi minus 6. So this is a fourth quadrant. So the quadrant is fourth, number fourth quadrant. And what about the sign for cos there? Cos is having a positive sign. Positive. And check for the, is it an even pi by 2 or odd pi by 2? Since pi by 2 is missing, you can have it like 4 pi splitted like 8 pi by 2, isn't it? So now 8 is an even number. So if it is an even number, just copy it down. Means ratio is copied down. Just take this pi by 6 along with it. Now what is cos pi by 6? It is root 3 by 2. So finally you have like cos 23 pi by 6 is root 3 by 2. See, that is the way you can have without a calculator how to get your trigonometric values for higher angles. So that's all for the day. If you got any doubts, please do comment below. If you like this session, please like, subscribe and share it. Till we meet in the next class, this is Minu signing off. Thank you and take care.